Hello everybody, I pray you're having an amazing and blessed day. We're going to be doing a study on the book of Revelation, chapter 14, starting here in verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. So, this is chapter 14. It's designed to give encouragement concerning the certainty of Christ's victory over the beast. In the verse 2. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts, and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto God and to the Lamb. And their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of water. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So I went into that in the last chapter, chapter 13. You guys can look back on what I said about that. And in regards to this chapter, the unbelievers during the tribulation will receive the mark of the beast and worship him. They with all receive God's eternal punishment in the lake of fire. The wine of the wrath of God is God's righteous anger poured out in full strength on those who reject him. That's those who choose hate over love and darkness over light. The cup of his indignation symbolizes the place of God's punishment of sinners. The fact that this torment will take place in the presence of Christ and his angels makes the punishment even more intense and shameful. They will pay the eternal price of having chosen Satan and evil over God and righteousness. Verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. So the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth are tribulation martyrs. They will be blessed through rest, resurrection, and reigning with Christ during the millennium. Verse 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle, and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. So the cloud relates to Christ's second coming, which includes more judgment. To reap and harvest the earth is to judge and punish its people. And here we are into verse 17. And another angel came out of the temple, which is in the heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which he had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. So again, the sickle depicts judgment. The clusters of the vine of the earth represent the unbelievers of the earth, those who have followed and worshiped the beast. And this is all the results of following the beast and denouncing Christ during the 7-year judgments. And this, as I mentioned, in previous chapters, this is all similar to the judgment that was put on Pharaoh in Egypt. They start off as small judgments, and they get worse and worse and worse for the unbelievers and those who reject Christ and who are still living in sin. This is God's purification of people on earth, and then the judgment of those who turn away from Him. And I will be getting into more of the judgments and the preparation to the 7 vials, which will be chapter 15. I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you guys. Have an amazing day.